Okay guys, I'm back, and yeah, this picture is raising a lot of alarm bells in my head. What the heck is gonna happen? For some reason, I have the sinking feeling that this spell is gonna make Dr. Wolf the OC that he is right now. And I think that this is where we're gonna really painful noises that left off from before. And oh my gosh, some seconds just dropped. Oh well.
And my life was never the same. You might think that going from a quadruped to a biped
Oh gosh, this is it.
Standing up. That is far from the truth. Pain was indescribable. That much is vivid in my mind. My bones were stretched and bent. I remember the sounds of my body being broken and remade. My front paws stretched and contorted into a new shape. New bones formed where none originally were. My hips and the joints they were connected to twisted and changed
Whoa.
into a new form completely. I believe the most painful part was the sensation of my back realigning and contorting. Forgive me if this sounds graphic, but that moment is one of the few that imprinted itself indelibly upon my memories.
I don't blame you!
But not simply because it hurt. It's so vivid because it is the moment I became who I now am. I don't know how long the spells took. Time had little meaning in that place after all. Perhaps it took place over several sessions, and my mind simply chose to forget the agony between them. But after the process was done, my body was in such pain that it was a long time before I could even so much as move. Master continued his own search while I recovered. But eventually I did regain enough of my strength to return to our search.
Oh gosh.
But not as I was. I began as a simple wolf. I ended as what you see before you now. Standing on two legs, front paws now capable of grabbing and holding, of manipulating my surroundings. And that was simply the changes on the surface. My vocal cords had been altered as well to better speak pony tongue. I saw colors that I had never seen before in my life. The way I saw the world was never the same.
Whoa, that picture's
the way
epic.
I moved was never the same. The way I was. But you know one thing?
Ooh, yay,
While I
color.
admit the experience is one I do not wish to undergo again, and would certainly not wish upon anyone else, I would never ask to have the gifts it gave me taken away. The ability to speak, the ability to do more than pick up things in my mouth, the ability to interact, this mind that I have, the ability to see the full spectrum of colors.
I really like this art style. It's so cute, so anime-ish.
What I saw looking at a rose was a dark gray thing that smells nice. Now I see a beautiful red flower that has inspired entire poems. That is how my entire worldview has changed. Speaking of things that had changed, Master also began to change. He began to lose that excitement and joy he'd had when we'd uncovered that place. He began to look empty. He was
Beyond our scope of thought.
Something just seemed to dull in him. That was the only way my mind could process it at the time. Looking back at it with the knowledge I
Oh
have
no,
now,
he's giving up!
I'd go so far as to say Master had begun to show symptoms of mental illness, depression, losing hope. Then again, applying psychoanalytic theory to foggy, uncertain memories has its limits, so there's no way to know. He began to spend more and more time in the deeper parts of the library, away from me. But he always found his way back. when he did, he used some sort of new spell on me. I honestly and sincerely don't know what it was or what it did. Master said it was important, a check on my progress, but that was all. I remember a vague image of seeing my own memories flickering in his eyes as it happened, but I don't know if that was real or simply a dream. But the more of those trips Master took, the more I felt like I needed to follow him, like there was something very, very wrong.
There is something wrong, dude.
I have a keen sense for that sort of thing, but he would not have it. And every time I attempted it, he shooed me back to my post. I have a vivid image of him kicking me back and yelling at me to stay put with wild eyes. No context, no words, just that image engraved in my mind.
That's horrible.
So I kept reading. I kept letting him use that odd spell on me. I kept working for him, doing all I could to help. And it honestly felt good to know I was helping. I began to realize that as my understanding increased, that I felt great joy whenever he approved of the aid I'd given him. Then one day, him stumbling back, using the spell again, not saying a word to me, but mumbling a million things to himself, his twitching eyes darting at the books wildly,
Dude?
his mane disheveled, ripping them out of their shelves as he passed and scanning them before him, before vanishing again into the darkness. I remember that. I remember that one moment vividly. Time went on. Book after book passed through my paws. So much information I could never genuinely understand. Only filed it away in hopes Master might someday come and find what he was looking for among it. But he never did. More and more time passed, longer and longer without him. I even began to turn away from my duties some to search for him, to try and follow his scent. But his scent was everywhere, and in that place, no stronger in one spot than any other.
Oh.
I kept on going, reading those books every moment, hoping I would find what Master was looking for.
I'm gonna have to end part 2 here, but this is really sad now. Where'd the Master go? Where'd the Master go? Where'd the Master at? Okay, that was too much. Okay. See you in a bit.